Shut up and sit down.
Hey everybody, Barry here again. Hey everybody, Barry here again. Gotta get right to it. I have my meter ready. I've got my screwdrivers ready. Wire cutters, whatever it takes. I'm gonna figure out this transbrake today because I'm tired of it not working. And I'm really excited to see how it's gonna do. And Dwayne is here and he's gonna help me figure out what the wiring problem is, and we're gonna get right to it. So Dwayne and I are looking at the sloppy transbrake, and there's Dwayne. Yeah. And we manually engaged it by touching that pin to that pin or whatever. Anyway, we supplied ground to the third gear solenoid or 2-3 solenoid, and we can hear it going click down in the transmission. So we're going to get it running. Dwayne's going to stand away and we're going to cross that out with it in drive with me on the gas to see if this works at all. We can hear the solenoid clicking, it's just not doing anything unless the converter is just too super tight, but I'm sure it's not. But anyway, we're going to try it. So if we crash into the wall, you guys are going to know. Oh boy, oh my tripod is really getting rough. Okay. All right, Dwayne, ready? Do you want any muffs or anything?
So, when I touch it, is that going to bump it?
So you hold it,
Yeah.
and it's going to engage third gear, and you should feel it load up.
Yeah.
I'll have it in drive now. You should feel it load up in third gear, maybe drop RPM a little bit.
Okay.
And I'll hold the gas.
So
Don't let it off.
Don't let it off.
Don't let it off while I'm still on the gas, because it'll launch.
Okay.
Danger!
Yeah.
Alright, ready?
No, hold on.
Oh, let's test it. Working? Yeah, I can hear it.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh man. Alright, let's look at the data. Let's all look at the data. Before, I could only get 2,000 RPM and it would spin the wheels. Right at the end of this, I'm at 2,100. Man, where was it? 2,500, 2.2 pounds of boost at 72% throttle, and it wasn't getting any wheel spin at all. Oh,
So
that's it. It's, for whatever reason, the solenoid is not kicking it in.
The relay.
I know that won't launch.
The relay is not either not strong enough to.
I wonder if the relay's not working. Sloppy transbrake works, but only when Dwayne's here to plug it in. Glad it didn't run you over.
I'm a human relay.
Yeah,
I'm a human
yeah.
relay.
We don't need a 5-pin relay. We have Dwayne.
Yeah.
Mint.
Okay. Oh, it's easily fixable.
I guess it is.
You could do a starter relay or something if it's not heavy enough
I
relay.
could use a solenoid. Everybody after using 5-pin relays.
Okay.
Ryan Blazer, sloppy. Look at it. Oh, this is wild. Oh, this is wild. How do you feel?
I'm excited.
Oh, I want to hook up the two-step with it now. So, I have the two-step, which I haven't put on this thing yet. And if I can get it to spool to, say, 3,500, and put the two-step at 3,400, so it'll be going, but it won't go over that, and I can hold it 100% throttle, and I can make boost on the two-step and shoot flames, and then launch. This isn't a van anymore. This is just a monster now. Okay. Alright, okay. We get some wiring to do. So, it looks like, did continuity check, and it looks like I had it hooked up backwards. From pin 87, and maybe pin 30. Is pin 30 backwards too? Or would 85 and 87 switch?
Just 87 and 87A.
Need to be
I
switched.
think those are backwards.
But 30 is going to the wrong. 30 is going out to the.
The solenoid? Solenoid is 30.
This says pin B on the transmission. Should be on that. Which should be hooked up to 30. And it's hooked up to 87A.
So 30 and 87 here are backwards.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Just take this pin.
That's the nice thing about the terminal strips, eh?
Oh yeah, they're great. And take 87 or 30. Assuming I made the wire long enough. Oh man, my fingers are too weird to get in there. Oh, kind of made it long enough. And that should be correct.
Okay, plug the relay in on. Okay.
Try it.
Yeah. Yeah, relay fires. Yeah, they came with training fire.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's try it.
Okay, hold on. Oh,
Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's try it. So exciting. All right, test fire with the button. Without Dwayne risking his life. Oh man, if this works. I don't want to let out the button. Oh man, it works. Cass is gonna be rotted. I'll try to edit it without smacking the camera around. Zoom. So, well, it's definitely in third gear because we're above 2300 already. 45, 46, 40, 51% throttle. 2500, 2.6 pounds. When I'm not in the garage, I will push it. Oh man. Oh, that's 500 RPM increase altogether. Just with a button. Oh, wrong way. There we go. And 10 degrees. And I wasn't even looking at air fuel, but at least it's rich. Because I wasn't looking. That could have been 16 to 1. I wouldn't have known until something went bang. Oh, filled up some cells. Look at that. Cool. 18% rich. I'm fine with that. Yeah. It'll spool better when I get it back up around 12 where it wants to be. Or 11 something. That's wild. Holy. Holy. That is wicked. You're the man. You're the best. Sick. Back out of this garage is always sketchy. Let's look over for a walk. Oh, I almost threw up. Okay, so right here. Look at that. I don't even know where I let off. All right, wheel speed. It made 5.2 pounds before I let off. And then it made 7 pounds and then blew off the throttle body. Oh man, it's always so close. Always right there, then it blows it off. This is the one that I actually expected it to blow off because all my clamps are gone. Holy, where did it all go? Where did it go? Good one. They're probably in the throttle body now. I wonder if that's steel wool inside the turbo now. There was pieces and parts. I don't know where they are. I actually don't know. There's a clamp this big around missing. That was cool though. Well, that was cool while it lasted. Oh man, that shakes. I can't believe it blew off the charge. There's a different one, right off the throttle body. Every other time it's been one of the actual tubes. I need a clamp that's smaller diameter. It's not going to make a lot of boost with it. Lay it on. Where'd it go? Well, we found the clamp and a guy just ran it over. Please don't run it over. Please don't run it over. I'm gonna grab it before I get ran over. Yeah! And there's another piece. And another piece. That's awesome. Well, I found all of my clamp. A guy just ran it over 5 seconds before we saw it. So, of course, it being sketchy as possible, the clamp was too big because you can see that it's tightened completely. So I had other pieces of clamp laid on here and then clamp in the hopes that, well, it failed. It's awesome though. Well, we know it worked. Oh, clamp's in the way. Well, we know it works. Oh man, it works. I need to get a smaller clamp, Dwayne. I thought about making one, like get a piece of steel that's that wide and then roll it back, weld it. I can't weld this stainless, but at least I can make it an inch shorter. Yeah. Sketchy, just the way I like it. Come back. And Cass just stopped by and she's really upset at me because I burned out her new tires again. So I'm gonna take the burnout tires from the burnout competition in Stephenville. If you haven't seen this video, that's exactly what happened. So we're gonna take those. Give her, buddy. And Cass is gonna change those over tomorrow for me because she's a doll, right, babe? I love you. And I'm sorry again. And this gotta go ahead somehow. Okay, that folds ahead. Ow, fingers. The wires are coming through. And wow. These are really small. A 205/60. Oh, they're gonna melt off. So, yeah. All right, thank you, sweetie. Bye. Well, the van's back in the garage. I gotta figure out something to do with my clamp because obviously that let me down. It's not a big deal, but the problem is this here is like 4 inch or something like that. And the clamp is either too small, so it won't even fit on over the coupler, or too big, which I'm running into, that it actually nips down too tight. So what I was talking about to Dwayne was maybe using the nut side and that long bolt stud side and making my own clamp with the band just say an inch shorter. So it'll take up not all the bolt. There's to be some left over, so I know it's quite tight enough. That was a successful test. It went so well. Traced the wiring back. I had 2 pins switched, which was 87A and 30, which means that when I was supplying ground, I was just supplying a ground to the pin on the PCM, not the transmission. So it was just doing nothing. But man, it works. So I didn't push it all the way. I let out. So let's look at the log here. My laptop died and I thought I lost it, but I actually didn't, which is really cool. So let's go with wheel speed. So right here, we're at 0 wheel speed. Right up here, we're at 1 kilometer an hour. So we know that, obviously, that's when we're starting to move. So let's go right to the bitter end before it sees right there. 2,903 RPM, 5.1 pounds, 100% throttle. I found that up around here somewhere, you see where it's starting to drop right here? I had it somewhere around half throttle and I was building it up really slow because I didn't want to flash the converter. And it started to sog out a little bit. And I think it might have been too rich maybe there, and it started to kind of go whoa and start to slow down. So then I just floored it. And I let off the button. I really should have held in it longer. There was no wheel speed at all. Like, that's wicked. As soon as I let off the button, then by the time the delay, the solenoid and stuff in the transmission, by the time that let go, it instantly lit up the tires. I'm so happy with that. One thing I was talking to Cass about was, well, I want to imitate that video of the Caravan that everybody on the world has seen, bajillion views or something on it. This stupid red Caravan with an SRT4 lacing it up the highway, doing the biggest kind of burnout. And I want to do that just for my own personal satisfaction that did it. That's it. I don't care if it gets 5 views. It's perfect. I just want to do it. So it sounds like he might have had some sort of a transbrake or something also on it, or a really good foot brake, whatever, because it's front wheel drive and your front brakes have more mechanical advantage than the rear ones. You can hold the foot brake a lot longer on that. And it might even be a standard, but it didn't sound like it. But anyway, so I can have it up on that, say 3,000, 3,200 RPM, build up the boost. It sounded like an airplane at the end of it. And just hold the gas, hold on for life, pray it doesn't go sideways on me. And if it does, I hope Cass is fast enough with the camera to actually pick up me going in a ditch, because that would be epic. But 5 pounds of boost, 2,900 RPM, 0 wheel speed, 100% throttle, 42% duty cycle on the, oh look, 56 pounds oil pressure. I didn't even look at that. So that's fine too, that works. And 10 degrees spark. Obviously wideband maxed out at 10, which is probably the reason that it was sogging, probably the reason that if you watch the video, if you go back to that again, you'll notice that at the end of it, when it was really starting to spool, there was like a train of black smoke coming out of it. I'd say probably 8 feet high. So obviously that's super rich. But it works. It works. What I set out to do actually works. That rarely happens. So before I get way too excited and just ramble, I'm going to shut her down because I'm going to start up a new video tomorrow, which is going to be the exhaust. Something that I've been absolutely dreading. Not because I don't want to do it. I love doing exhaust. I worked at an exhaust shop for a few years and it was a blast. I loved it. This is super tight. I think I'm going to have to split the exhaust off into 2-inch or 2.25 maybe. And then I'm going to try to do a super sleeper hideaway, maybe dump on the road, something like that, back by the rear axle. But we'll talk about that in the next video. So thanks again, everybody. And I don't say this enough, but thanks, Craig. And CarQuest in Lewisporte, Newfoundland. If anybody's nearby here, like, we're a great bunch to deal with. So Craig lets me work here. I have a key. He's like, just come up, just make sure it's clean. And I do everything I can to do that. So, you know, if I have a sponsor, it's Craig. He got me into YouTube. He was the one who pushed me and said, hey man, you've got to start making videos. You got to do it here too. So yeah, number one, absolutely. And thanks again to everybody who supports me. It's really exciting. And my patrons, if you want to check out Patreon, it's patreon.com/stationroadratrods. And we'll see you on the next one. It's going to be super exciting. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good night.